Hello everyone. Thanks for waiting for me. It's taken a year, maybe more, for me to come back, but I'm very happy I did it. Thank you for being part of my little community and being patient with me. It was very nice to read your messages asking when I am coming back and that you are still waiting for me. Very nice. Very nice. It was very nice to read those messages and they were really inspiring. So let's get started. It's a bit strange and I don't know how to start. So I have a little plan. I've been really ill this last week. Today is Monday. And today is my last day with antibiotics. So I still have cough after talking too much. So please forgive me for that, but I will try to cut out those bits. I think I will divide this video into two parts. One very short, what I'm planning to do today. And another is my inspiration that unexpectedly came and changed all my plans and attitude towards knitting. So the plan for today is, and at the same time the purchases, because I had to buy something to finish or continue working on something. The first thing I have to do is to finish these socks I'm knitting for my friend and ex-colleague. I knitted the same exact color socks for her husband and she wants to have it as a family look. So I knitted one. I knitted half of the second and I ran out of yarn and I couldn't order it because it was out of stock for a month. And finally I found it back in the shop and I ordered a ball. But it was very silly to order just one ball and pay a lot for the shipping. Shipping in Norway is quite expensive. So I decided to order 2 more balls of the same yarn but thinner version. So this is a 6-ply yarn called Sokkigarn. It's 75/25 traditional sock yarn, and I'm knitting on 48 stitches for size 41. This yarn is the same Sokki Fine 4-ply yarn, just thinner. One is like cafe latte and another is like sandy beigey color, and I thought these are very traditional, typical, basic colors that I can always use, and I have a project for them as well in the future. So I have just the toes left, so it will take me half an hour, I guess. So I plan to finish them today because we are planning to meet this week. Another thing I have to finish, or to be exact, to fix, are these socks. This is a Christmas order and I've been knitting a lot for Christmas orders and some for the handmade shop where they sell your made items for a little fee. So I wasn't knitting any sweaters. Maybe in summer, in spring, summer I knitted 2 and that's it. And all summer I was knitting socks up to now. So my colleague asked for a pair of socks for her mom, but she wanted them to be red, bright traditional red and very warm. So I chose drops Nord. We call it in Norway Dropsnor. I use 2 strands of it, but the thing I have to fix is mom is size 48 and the blockers are 38/40. So look, and these are the blocker ends here. So, and this is for 40. So, and it has like 3 centimeters extra. So I have to unravel and fix the toes. So these are my plans for today. And now let's talk about my plans for the coming months. One day I was going through my notebooks, knitting notebooks. One is on my bed now, open in front of me, and looking at some ideas. It's not only the notebook where I write my projects, I also like glue in all the interesting patterns I see that I could use later, or some inspiration, or some photos, or some bits from the magazine with a sweater. And I thought, some of the ideas are really old, like some of them are 9 years old, but when I look at them, I still want to knit them. And I thought, why not? And I went through all of them. And when I looked at the ones I've chosen, I got so inspired that I wanted to start all of them. And I counted maybe 6 of the sweaters I want to knit right now. I made a list of them, went to my stash, and started looking for the yarn I could use. And for most of them I could find in my stash. So the first pattern I came across was the pattern which was drawn by me with a pencil on a piece of paper, and there were 2 patterns side by side, different ones, but I decided to use this one because I wanted to knit some color work. Another was also color work, but it wasn't that much. It was just a little stripe, and I decided that I want to play with the color work, so I chose this. So the yarn I'm using is Dahlia Garn Lanolin Wool. It's 100 meters in 50-gram ball, and the needles and the recommended needles are number 4, and the color is 1419, dark gray. For the white I used like leftover yarn that I had, and I used a bit more than a ball. I started with an Italian cast on. Then, if you can see, I made a little thingy here. I don't know how to call it technically. It's like a mock hem. It's not a real one, it's a fake one, but it just gives this machine knit look. And then it's the color work. Sorry, you can't see well. I gave my long needles that I have 2.5 meters long to my neighbor across the street. This is she's an old lady, but we both sometimes meet to knit and drink coffee and chat, and she loves those moments. Okay, so this was number 1. Number 2 was the sweater that I knitted several years ago, and I successfully felted it in the washing machine, but I kept it for 3 years together with my yarn because I wanted to repeat exactly the same. The original one, I found a picture and a pattern in a Norwegian magazine for the family, you know, like Family Week or something like this, and you have some recipes and some patterns and some news and some about celebrities and everything. And there was a sweater in, what color was it? Like cognac-y color, maybe mustardy color, with a ruffle on the shoulder. This is a traditional raglan sweater, absolutely traditional. But what I like is that you pick up the stitches along the raglan line, then along the ribbing. It's not actually ribbing, garter stitch. And then with the short row shaping, you shape those ruffles slash little wings. And why I like them, because they do not widen my shoulders that are already wide and broad enough. So the ruffle goes here. It just covers your shoulders but do not stick out. And that's what I like about it. So in my stash, I found this baby Ulla net. This is 175 meters per ball and it's superwash merino. But I have to say I've been using it quite a lot and I have a big stash of different colors and I like it. It doesn't feel it has any like synthetics. It wears super well. It's very pleasant to the skin. I love this yarn. But I didn't have any mohair, so I had to go to this shop and buy this Filcolana Tilia, color 352, so they could go together. And of course it wasn't only this yarn that I bought. And now I'm knitting a raglan sweater, as you can see. Garter stitch for the neckline because the wings will be in garter stitch. However, this time I'm knitting a part of the raglan, increasing not every other round, but from here to here I'm increasing every fourth round on the sleeves and every second round on the body, so my sleeves do not get too wide. And now again I started increasing every other round on both, because soon it's the separation for the sleeves. And let's go smoothly what else I bought in the shop. And in the shop I bought these two colors. This is Dalagarn Baby Wool. This is also superwash merino. Let me double check. Yes. And it's 165 meters per ball. I bought these two colors. This is color 8539 and this is 0007. It's grayish white. It's not off-white with the yellow undertone. It's with the grayish shade. And this is medium gray, not super dark and not super light. And I was thinking of some color work as well, or I have quite a lot of these, maybe 12 or 13 balls. They were on sale. They were, instead of 65 or 69 kroners, that is 7 euros, it was 29, 3 euros. So I thought I will get basic colors that I can always find a way where to use them. So I bought these two colors. Another sweater I got inspiration from my shirt, which had a collar and a little tie. And I looked at it and thought, what if I have a sweater with a collar? But not one piece, but two pieces, straight shoulders, satin sleeves, all strict, nice without any details, just this beautiful color. I grabbed the yarn and made like this. What do you think? You can see the satin sleeve. I haven't tried it yet. I just put like this and see, it should be okay. The shoulder should be in the right spot, but I'm not so sure because I just attached the collar. I used double knitting to hide the neckline edge. You can see it's like purl stitches on this side and knit it here. A crease. Don't ask me how I knitted it. It was just absolute improvisation, just jazz. Let's go like this. Let's try like this. It should work like this. Can I repeat again? I have left some notes, but I'm not sure they are enough to make one more set of these. The yarn I'm using is from my stash. It's Baby Ulanet. I have a lot of this yarn. And also I found mohair in my stash, knitting for Olive. This is color Plum Clay. It's a bit darker, but it gives very nice tone to the main color. And for the collar, I just used some scraps that I had. I don't know what. It was a bit thinner though. And I used smaller needles for the collar. So these are the 3 sweaters I'm working on now. And I have planned to knit, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4 more, but I haven't started them yet. And I will talk about them next time because I found a very beautiful pattern. I bought it and I want to repeat every single step of this pattern. I think it should look, I think it's the best sweater I could find. It's like traditional, classic, elegant, like the way I see this sweater should be, raglan sweater. Very, very nice. But I will tell about it next time. What else happened during this time? Oh, I also designed a pair of socks. In fact, they were designed a year ago, but then I didn't try the pattern. I just knitted for myself, tried out, because I found mosaic knitting pattern and tried to adjust it to the sock. And there were some nuances because it gets a bit thicker on the main like sock body, but thinner on the cuffs and toes, and I had to play with the needle sizes and the amount of stitches. And when I wasn't knitting any sweaters, I decided, okay, let's turn this into a pattern. I knitted several pairs, gave it to my friends, all of them liked it. So I thought, that might be a good choice. I wrote the pattern, and I know you have to tech edit it. I had no idea where to go, who to ask. So I asked Laura Penrose, a vlogger, and she suggested her editor, and we worked. So I contacted her, and she's a very kind lady, and she helped a lot, because I'm not buying patterns very often. I don't read patterns. I just knit from just what I want, the way I want. And so for me, like, all terminology, though I can read a pattern and understand what's written, for me, automatically to start using that terminology is a bit difficult. So she helped a lot. So now I have the edited text, filmed videos, edited videos, everything done. What I have to do, photos taken. Now I have to put everything into one piece and publish. And I'm procrastinating. I don't know why. And I thought, like, Christmas is a very good time. Like, people have holidays, people are looking for new ideas. They can gift the pattern, or please inspire me. Kick my ass. That's what I need. It's so little left, just like this. Help me, please. Just as you helped me with your very nice comments so I could come back. I needed this motivation. Now I need again. I think that's enough for today. How I feel? I'm very happy that I started recording and talking to you. Like, I've never got a single bad comment. You are very, very kind people, all of you. And it's always, you can't even imagine, like, when I wasn't recording, I couldn't imagine that a comment from a stranger, from a person you have never seen or talked, can mean so much. Like, it's really unbelievable and extremely pleasant. What I'm planning to do now, to work on my socks, and I think I will record little videos on every sweater, maybe except this one. I don't know how to explain what happened here. I just realized I'm not a pattern writer. I'm maybe to call myself a pattern designer is too much, because I design only for myself. But if I could find someone who can decipher what I do and turn my messy notes into a pattern, that would be perfect. Like, that would be perfect. Okay, so I hope that I will come with short videos explaining how to knit different sweaters and showing you the patterns. So if you like it, you can also knit. And I will explain how to adjust the sizes, not like 25 sizes. I don't know how to, but it's like 3-4 sizes. I'm size M. So if you are size M, so to make size S or M or L or XL, I think I can do that easily. Okay, time to say goodbye. Are you getting ready for Christmas? Yeah, time flies. Okay. See you soon.